So is it harder dating in cities? Definitely. Village makes it easier in so many ways. One, less choices. Less choices. If you ask your dad, well, I asked my dad and I said, how many women do you like? He said, what? None of your business. Then he answered. And then he said, well, you know what? There was the daughter of that guy who had butcher shops. And that was this, there was like
Of
three
course, yeah,
ladies
yeah, yeah.
that, were potential and they were all good.
And I guess it's the same like going into a restaurant. If you've got a menu with 2 items, you're
Correct.
going to 50-50 chance.
Correct.
You've got a menu with 100 items, you're going to
Correct.
spend a lot longer deciding.
Correct. And it also, I think when you have less choices, it gives you the opportunity to also work on you, I think. Because then it's like, okay, so I've got 3 choices and I'm going to make it work with one of them.
Well, you've got no option, right?
So now I
Yeah,
also
yeah,
need to
yeah.
work on maybe my judgments. Maybe I need to work on so there's a growth that happens there as well. As opposed to, no, I'm great. Now I just want a buffet and I want the best of whatever the best is. And then if it doesn't work, anyway, there's another 100 behind that I'm going to look at, and I'm easy to move.
So if you were to give advice to, let's say, a woman specifically in Dubai looking for a relationship, what do you think are the major problems or mistakes they're making, and what direction should they be going towards? What, in your opinion?
I think women.
It's a general question,
but
but
it's a good one. It's a
yeah.
very good one. I think women in cities, again, a little bit different, whether they're aware or not, they do present themselves and live from a masculine energy quite often, which is so understandable. A lot of these women work and take care of themselves and are leading and driving and doing all the things that they need to do. So that doesn't help much in a relationship, which means then when they meet a man, they're still in that energy. So when I speak to women, I tell them to really make a conscious choice. Now, if you're going to meet a guy and you're looking to be in a relationship and you're going to meet a guy, make a conscious choice to shift energies. And it's the most unnatural feeling when you've been in that energy most of your life. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like me. It's not me. I'm not used to, I'm going to let him choose and I'm going to let him pick which place we're going and he's going to pick me up. I drive. I'm going to go there myself. It doesn't feel natural, but you got to do it. Because if you don't do that, you're putting him in his feminine. And he's not going to feel very comfortable. And you're not going to feel very comfortable. And that dynamic is not going to go very far. So a relationship that is a healthy relationship is one where the woman is in her feminine and the male is in his masculine. Of course, we carry both energies, but a man wants to feel like a man. A woman wants to feel like a woman. Now, what does that mean is as natural as possible, a man wants to feel like he's in charge, that you trust him to be in charge. It's that simple. For a lot of men, you ask them, what is it you want from your woman? It's just that, like she trusts me. She trusts that I've got it. And she's not there micromanaging me because that makes me feel like she doesn't trust that I've got it. And a woman wants to feel like she can just chill. She can just lay back and you gotta, you know what you're doing.
I guess again, another thing specifically about Dubai is that majority of the people here, men and women, have traveled alone. So they're not with their parents. Mm. If you go to other places where, a woman has still kind of living with her family or the family's local, then I guess there is less need for that kind of masculine independent energy, right? Whereas in Dubai, the majority of women are here alone. And really, realistically, if they don't look after themselves, there isn't someone to look after them, right? But as you're saying, it's that being able to kind of switch when needed.
I think that's worldwide. So the energies have shifted. And I think that's the relationship issue is a worldwide issue. Believe me, if any city, any place around the world, people are going to tell, unless you go to really remote, sort of unplugged, backwards a little bit societies. The old values are kind of dimmed and we're moving into something a little bit different where the women have become the man they needed in a way. So they've become, I can take care of myself and I don't need a man. And you'll hear a lot of that and you read a lot of that. Women going to a man saying, I don't need you. That's the worst thing you can say to a man. Man's like, what do you mean? I'm useless? I want to be needed. I want to be useful, not useless. So a man needs to be doing things to feel like he's, I feel good, empowered, I'm strong. A man, when he's not doing anything, he's going to go and do something by himself. There's a reason why men go into, sports challenges, go to the gym and whatever. Is they want to feel their own power. They want to feel, I'm strong. I can do things. I'm empowered. I can take charge.